Well, welcome to tonight for to your first probably exposure to the Juice Plus experience. My name's Candy and I'm an SSC with the Juice Plus company. So tonight we're just really excited to be able to share with you about our amazing product and also our amazing opportunity that is open to anyone who wishes to make some changes in their life. But what we get so excited about is actually hearing the stories from real life people just like yourself, and to hear what this product or what this business has been doing in their lives, or doing for for their loved ones or their customers. So I'm going to hand over to Susie. She's going to introduce and tell you a bit about the product, and we're going to hear about some absolutely life-changing stories. So Suze, if you want to take yourself off mute and share away.
Hi, everyone. So welcome to the call. I just want to thank you all for jumping on and supporting the person that has invited you on tonight. I know it would have meant a lot to them. So I've been with the Juice Plus company now for 4 years. We started taking the product back then, and with the changes we had, I looked at the business and it just made sense to me, both the product and the business. So for me, I'm hitting 42 this year. I've got 3 young kids. I've got a 9, 7 and a 20-month-old. And for us, it's meant the difference just in, we don't get sick anymore. So the kids are young at school age, and quite often I'll find that half their class has been out with vomiting bugs or diarrhea and things like that, and I don't even know what's going on half the time. So that's where it's been life-changing for us as the product. I could go on. There's been quite a few things over the years we've had a lot of changes with, and it's just phenomenal. So I'll just run through the product quickly tonight. I will pop a link in the chat bar if you want to go into a bit more depth about the product. We have over 20 years of research on this product. The farming practices are just phenomenal with it, and the company is so transparent. So any questions you have about it, if the person that's invited you on tonight doesn't know the answers, they can ask us and we can find out. So anything you need to know, just let us know. So the company doesn't do a huge range of products, because what they do really, really well. Here we've got the fruits and veg and the berries. So together that's called our premium pack. These guys come as a pair, or you can add in the berries or have them by themselves. So here you're getting a 29 fruits, vegetables and grains in a capsule. It's live and completely natural. So a lot of people, it's a bit of a paradigm shift between where for the last 25 years we've sort of grown up with multivitamins. I was going to say rammed down our throats, but that's probably the wrong analogy there. But to get you thinking that this isn't actually a vitamin product, it's a whole food supplement. So the difference is it's not made in a lab. It's not synthetic isolated nutrients. So if you think of a multivitamin, there's about probably in most multis around 20 to 25 of the macronutrients that they use in them, all your Bs and those sort of things. So to think of these guys, like if you look at an apple, in an apple there's over 12,500 phytonutrients in one apple. Now that's just phenomenal. There's some that they haven't even named yet. There's things like acetone and arsenic. So if you think about those things, when we hear those words, we think, oh, that's not good for our bodies. But it's the way nature intended it. It works in synergy together, and they all know what to do in your body. Your body recognizes it and knows what to do with it. So that little bit of calcium that's in an apple is going to do so much more in your body than a synthetic isolated calcium supplement that you take. Most of us know when we take multis that we have a bit of disco wee. Put your hand up if you've taken a multi before, and that you know when you've taken it, because when you go to the toilet, not only is it fluoro, but my does it smell as well. So I love the Candy used to say she used to think that's because her body had all it needed, and that it was just getting rid of the excess. But now she's realized over time that it's the body's not recognizing it. So you're actually just paying for expensive wee a lot of the times. I'll just touch quickly on a story we were told by one of our teammates who was chatting to a lady that owned a Portaloo company. And we were talking about how multis sometimes aren't absorbed in the body, and she said that's so funny that you mentioned that. The one thing that we find in the bottom of the toilets, the Portaloos, after we've cleaned them out, is actually multivitamins. So it's not coming through. So with that too, we also have the kids chewies, and these guys are awesome. What I love about our company is that now, since 1999, kids eat for free. They've been doing a children's health study. All you have to do is fill out a survey every time your box is shipped. And with your adult product, you'll get the kids for free. You can actually choose the chewies or the caps for the kids. And so that was a no-brainer for me. It just made sense, because quite often we're taking care of ourselves as parents, and we don't go and we're like, oh, well, we waste the money on buying something that the kids may not even take. I've tried so many things when the kids were younger, supplements, and that they just sat on the shelf. But the chewies, and most of the adults I know love them as well as the kids. So it's great to know that the kids are getting looked after as well. And then we have our whole food shakes. Now these guys, like most people are used to nowadays protein shakes. These aren't a protein shake, they're a whole food shake. So they do have a beautiful blend of vegan protein in them. And they've also got another 20 or so awesome whole foods in there. So you're getting things like your pea protein, radish sprouts, quinoa, millet, spirulina powder, yucca powder, even mushrooms. The mushroom that's actually in this powder is one of your only edible sources of vitamin D that there is. So that's awesome. With these guys as well, we also have a wonderful transformation program that we're doing. So it's a holistic look at a 10-day shred. You're still eating good foods. We're not advocating full meal replacement. We're not calorie counting. We're looking at nutrient density going into your body and cleaning out the crap, basically. And then we have an 8-week reset as well. So it's all about education and long-term health. And this is what I love about our company. The company is not a quick fix company. We are about long-term health. And that just stands alone. With the Children's Health Study, they're the company with heart, because they're looking after our younger generations coming through. And it's just something I love. And as I said, for us as a family, it's my husband, for instance, we used to call him Mr. Meat and Potatoes. You know, his idea was that you'd go through drive-through because you knew how it tasted. It was quick. You knew the cost. And that was his philosophy on food. And it had to be just like, meat and potatoes, maybe some peas. Nowadays, he will very, very, very rarely will he touch drive-through. And probably about 6 months after being on the product, which I really noticed his palate shift, was when he turned around to me and asked if I had a salad wrap at home, that he didn't feel like getting his drive-through he would normally get on this particular day coming back from work. That was a bit of a fall off the chair moment for me. And now he'll even sit down and have second helpings of salad. So this product, we're not advocating that it replaces your fruit and vegetables. It's certainly not that, but most of us know what we should be eating, and then there is what we actually eat as well. Quite often when we're actually looking after ourselves too, we're still not getting the nutrient density in the quality of the foods that we used to get, you know, from our parents' generations coming. Most of the fruit and vegetables travel up to 1,500 Ks if you're getting it from the supermarket before it even gets on your plate there. So, and now I'll just hand it over for a couple of product stories. As I said, I'll pop the link if you want to know a bit more about the product into the chat, and you can just copy that and watch it later, and it will go into our science and research behind it with DNA health, immune systems, gum health, skin health, there's just so much there. There's over 33 published peer-reviewed studies. So, Kel, if you just want to pop yourself off mute and tell us your experience since you've been on Juice Plus.
Thanks, Suze. So I actually started on Juice Plus in January. For those of you that don't know, I just had my third baby was 6 months old, and they're all under 4. So I was pretty tired and pretty run down, and we'd had a really stressful lead up to our third baby. Our second child had been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes and celiac, and it had been an absolute whirlwind for us, learning new foods and learning how to care for her and what she could eat and what she couldn't, and trying to keep her well was our number one priority. And I sent myself into a fizzle trying to research what I could to look after her. So that kind of led to the start of the journey, and I reached out to Suze knowing that she'd been on Juice Plus and seen how it had made her hair shine and her skin glow, and seen how she'd tackled all the challenges that had come along in her path. I was like, Suze, you need to hook me up because I need the help. So I started out on the berries, and then in May I went on and did our complete transformation program, as I'd been having a bit of trouble with dairy as well. So I did the complete transformation, and it's just been amazing. I feel 100%. I'm not cranky and irritable anymore. I'm not constantly going to the toilet anymore. The skin, the hair, the nails is all better. I'm enjoying my food more because I know it's not going to make me feel sick. And we've gone on to try the fruit and vegetable as well, and to get the kids on the Chewies, which led to my daughter's story. So my daughter's been on the Chewies just over 2 weeks now, and it has regulated her diabetes numbers, which is absolutely phenomenal. We've never come across a product or any foods or any supplements, any vitamins that have been able to help her in that way. She's happy. She said to me at the table the other day that she hasn't had a pain in her belly for a long time now, which is a big thing for her. And I know for all celiacs, that's a really big deal. So those kind of things just warm your heart as a mum to know that she's feeling well and happy. So I was like, I believe in this stuff. I love it. I'm so passionate about it. I'm going to jump on the train, and I want to be able to tell other people, and I want to help them, and I want them to feel well, and I want them to feel happy like it has done for our family. So just in 7 months now, it's been a massive change, and hubby's even got on the bandwagon in the last fortnight. So it's all looking good from our household. Thanks, Suze.
Thanks for sharing that, Kel. And that's, you know, it's exactly the reason that why we do what we do. You know, the world is not getting healthier, and there's so many sicknesses, diseases, and you know, cancers out there. And when you hear stories, like, it just makes my heart so warm when I hear about how Clem's going with everything, and her health. And again, you know, there's stories I've heard of mums that have taken the product themselves and didn't even think it would help with something for their child, but because they've got the free children's health study, then they've had awesome results with their kids as well. So who else have we got sharing tonight? Saz, did you want to pop off mute and share as well?
Hi guys, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sarah. I'm 33, I'm a dance teacher, and I was introduced to this product about 6 or 7 months ago, and I was kind of one of those people that was skeptical, first of all, of anything that didn't look like a whole food product. And I also was one of those people that I'm very, very healthy, always as it is. And as much as I understood that most people do, you know, not eat enough fruits and vegetables, I didn't put myself in that category. I didn't think that this product could possibly help me in any way. However, I did start attending events that the ladies were putting on, and I started to understand what their message was about and what they were coming across with, and I saw their passion and their honesty, and they were genuine, and I kind of wanted to become a part of that. So I wanted in on the business, basically. So my story is that I started just on the berries. I wasn't willing to go all in on a product I wasn't 100% certain on. But I thought I'll give the berries a go. Again, didn't think I was depleted in anything, didn't think I had any real issues. However, my husband and I have been trying for kitties for a year and a half now. It's been a little while. And I have a history of PCOS, so regular cycles. And 6 weeks after taking the berries, actually for the first time in my life had a 28-day cycle. And, like again, when it happened, I didn't think it was the Juice Plus. But then another month later, I had another 30-day cycle. And since then, my cycles have been so much more regular. And just to explain the significance of that, like if you understand hormones and nutrition and how hormones are connected to nutrition, like that was what I was lacking. Even though I didn't really make that connection initially, that's what I understand it is now. So that's been phenomenal in itself. I did add the fruits and vegetables in when we decided to go on a trip to the States, and just thought, look, I'm not going to be eating like I eat at home. I'm not going to be getting all those fruits and vegetables in every day. So I'll just add the fruits and veggies in. It's great for when you're traveling, especially to the States. It's quite easy, hard to eat what I do at home. And the entire trip that we were away, I didn't get sick once, and my husband just kept getting sick. Every time we'd get on a long haul flight, sure enough, he'd be sick. So my immunity was really, really strong. And that's when my husband started taking it, because he was like, right, what are you doing that's different? Give me some of those. So, his experience has been amazing since. And the other thing I have had issues with is my nails and my skin, also my nails and my hair. My nails have always been quite brittle. I never used to have nails. I used to chip and break, like literally there was nothing. I've taken other multivitamins and vitamins for hair, skin and nails before. Never worked before. Disco coloured weed, that's about it. Just rule them out. But the Juice Plus, since I've been adding the fruits and vegetables, my nails are now really thick and long. I've got nails for the first time in my life. And hair is also thicker. Again, like my hairdresser has actually commented that my hair is thicker, so that's quite significant for me. And I guess the other thing is my husband's story. He finds especially that if he has his Juice Plus the night before, after a really big training session, he wakes up less sore the next day. So his recovery when he's training has improved significantly. And he's the same as me. He doesn't go a day without his Juice Plus. And again, being in the business, so many stories coming through from, like customers with alopecia, so never growing hair in their life, and now they're growing some hair. So some really phenomenal stories that I wouldn't have believed, 6 months ago. I just wouldn't have believed it, but it's happening right in front of me. So that's my product story. Thanks, Suze.
Thanks so much, Sez, for sharing. And it's so true. It's like when you flood the body with high density nutrients, it gives the body the ability to heal. So we've got a hierarchy of healing in the body. So we can't promise you what it would do for you. We know what it's done for us. We know what it's done for our family and friends and our customers. And your body's going to use that how it needs it. So, but to me, our skin, our nails and our hair are always the last thing to get nutrients. So if you're glowing on the outside and doing really well with those sort of things, imagine what it's doing on your insides. For your insides, they're the things that are actually getting all those nutrients and utilizing them first. So you think if you went out and got yourself a nice big organic cold pressed juice every day and had that every day for a week, and then you had that every day for a month, then every day for a year, the benefits that you're going to get from that is just huge. But you're probably only putting in about 4 or 5 fruits, vegetables in that juice. And if you're going out paying for it, you'll be paying probably $8-9 out at a shop for a juice like that. So for under the cost of a cup of coffee a day, you can flood your body with 29 fruits and vegetables. And if you're adding in these awesome powders as well, you're getting all those superfoods in there as well. So for me and my daughter, we're not breakfast people. When I have our shakes in the morning and I chuck an avo and coconut water in there, and I know she's having her, as far as she's concerned, she's having a chalky thick shake in the morning. But I know I'm setting her up really, really well for the day with over 50 nutrients of different plants. And so the fruits and vegetables in these guys too are all picked for specific value. So you're going to be eating the rainbow. Every fruit and vegetable has different qualities for our bodies of what our bodies need. And so in this, you're getting that rainbow in there every single day. And a bit about the business. The business for me has meant I can be a stay-at-home mum. I can work with my kids around me. And also when our little 20-month-old curveball came along unexpectedly, it also showed me for a couple of months over Christmas when he was born, when I didn't work, the power of what residual income means, and it's got your back, you know, when these sort of things happen. So I'll hand it over to you, Cand, and I'll zip it. You're on mute, honey. Candy.
Amateur. Thanks so much, Hunt. Look, I never get sick and tired of hearing any of these stories because, you know, Juice Plus doesn't cure anything, as we said, but flooding your body with these nutrients, it just goes to work. So I'm blown away after story by story by story of what this product's doing. But I absolutely love this business model and opportunity as well. And I think and I believe that this business is going to help the health of so many people. Because let's be honest, guys, who's not stressed about money sometimes in their life? Who's not stressed about how many hours they're going to get rostered on or rostered off? Who's not liking their boss, who's got a bill that they've got to pay, Reggio's come in, or the husband's just lost his job, like whatever it might be. You know, I hear it all the time. So it's my pleasure to be able to share this opportunity tonight and show you a little bit about our mission, because it isn't just a business, it is a mission. So a little bit about myself and why I've chosen this model to include in my business structure is I'm a personal trainer. So I have my own traditional business. Not only do I slog it out early hours, late nights, I have to run my business by myself. So I'm doing my own marketing, my own admin, my own invoicing. I'm training clients. I'm a psychologist half the time. It can be really exhausting because you're giving so much of your time and attention out to everyone else. And I love it. The thing I don't love about it is how many other personal trainers are out there who are trying to shut you down, who want to bitch and whinge about you and put you down and steal your clients. And it's just not a nice industry. You know, half the time it's very cutthroat. So, I love what Juice Plus has offered, because when I don't train a client, if they decide to cancel me 5 minutes before an appointment, I don't get paid. If I want to go on holidays, I don't get paid, or I end up paying a wage and my business suffers. If the weather's bad, I'm an outdoor trainer, numbers are quieter, I don't get paid. So I have no security in my business, in my traditional business. I have to continuously work more and more hours to increase my wage. So Juice Plus come to me. I started taking it because I have PCOS and I was covered with this light acne. And when I saw everyone's skin when I went to an event, I didn't care about the health benefits, to be honest. I just wanted my skin to clear up. It took about 4 months until I really started to see the changes, and there were so many more changes that have now happened within my body, within my partners, and my own family, friends, customer base, that my story goes this long now. But, you've got residual bills in your life. You've got your electricity, you've got your fuel, you've got your groceries, you've got the kids' fees, whatever it might be. So what residual income do you have? If you were to lose your job tomorrow, How will you pay those bills? And it's something that I never, ever thought about. I never thought about that. You know, until before I started my own business, I had a job running a gym and it closed the doors. Bye-bye job. I never thought about what's my plan B. Juice Plus was not even on my radar, and now it is my plan A all the way, because I can build my business all over the world. I get to have lots of fun with lots of people helping to grow their business, and it is just such a rewarding job that I get to do, and I'm helping more and more people get healthier, get well, than I would as a personal trainer. So, you know, sometimes people ask me about, oh, is it one of those things? What kind of, is this kind of like a, you know, how does it all work? What is this network marketing? They come with this idea, and half the time people don't quite understand it. So I'm going to share with you about how traditional business works and how our Juice Plus company works, because they're basically the same. Juice Plus is just smarter. So with a traditional business, let's say we look at something like a Woolworths. You'd have your CEO at the top. You'd have then your board of directors. Hopefully you can see this all right. You then have your regional managers, your area managers, your store managers, and then you'd have your frontline staff. So your frontline staff of Woolworths would be your checkout people, or the people stocking the shelves and the fruit and veggie aisles, the cleaners, whatever it might be. And with traditional business, you know, let's say someone here on the checkout, the likelihood of them being able to, you know, expand and move up the ladder to become the CEO is quite difficult. It's quite hard. It's quite cutthroat. Normally you have to have, you know, so many years with a company. Normally you would have to have maybe a different education. You might have to be on the right side of the right people. But also too, normally you have to step on a lot of people to get to the top. You might be going for promotions that you're going against the people that you've been working with, your friends. You might be going for more money with a salary, but how many more hours do you now need to work? And sometimes I think, well, do you really want to be the CEO of a Woolworths or a Coles? Yes, you might have that $1 million wage, but do you have the time to spend that with your family and friends? And do you have your health? Do you have your health with that? Because you're so stressed. So what I absolutely love with this structure, this traditional business structure works. It is strong. So what Juice Plus has actually done is they've used this structure but flipped it on its head. So we all come in as what's classed as a virtual franchise. We all pay the same amount. It's $137.50 to start our business. We get our own virtual office where we do our orders and everything from our virtual office. Basically, if you've got Wi-Fi and a dream, you've got a business, boom. And also, too, you get a website that you can share with people. So then we basically move up levels as we go along, and these are just letters. But the only way that we can actually move up to the top is by actually helping other people grow their business. So we're actual fact in this teach to teach business. So we're aiming to become a national marketing director here. And the joys is you have to help other people get to their levels for you to even reach the top level, which normally, you know, most people are sitting on as an NMD are roughly making about 100,000 to 150,000 a year. But this is what I love. It's a teach to teach business. You know, we're not a sign up club. We don't want 1,000 people in, you know, just signing them up and let you run. It's actually all about helping someone recognize their own dreams, someone bringing in another income into their household to help them take the pressure off those bills and those uncertainties. So I love it because it isn't about me. It's not about you. It's about who you can help. And it's so different to the traditional business of stepping over or on top of people to get to the top. So, as I was saying, it's a teach-to-teach business, and with our company, they pay us 3 ways. We get paid with retail profit, and all that means is that you have a customer who asks you about Juice Plus and about getting on the product, and you say, sure, you link them with head office, the product is shipped directly to them, you put their order in, head office does their billing, they ship the order directly to your customer, they worry about all of that, and they basically then send you as the franchisee a check for the retail. So you do the amazing customer care, you love on them, and you look after that customer, because 80% of our business is customers. So that's what I do love. We actually have our own shop, our own franchise is our own shop. We just don't have a door that you walk through. You have arms that you get hugged into. So the next way that we get paid is through commissions. So as we build our business, as we share Juice Plus with more people, our company recognizes that and rewards us with different commissions. So each level represents a different commission. And then the last way we get paid is our bonuses. And we love when we talk about bonuses, because this is really about helping your team succeed. So as I said, we're a teach-to-teach business. So every time I help my team member grow and expand their business and hit their milestones, they get their bonus paid to them. And my company also pays the teacher, pays the sponsor for holding their hand, showing them, investing your time into them to help them achieve their goals. So that's our lovely bonuses. So, the thing I love about this business is you don't have to know 1,000 different people. When I first started, I didn't even know the person who introduced me. That was Susie. I didn't know her. So Susie came into the gym and got quite a cold response from me. As most PTs with any product, we're shown so many. And this one had the science that backed it, and I could never fault it, and hence why it's in my body. So Susie, engaged with me. I took a little while to make a decision, but once I was on board, I was on board. And she told me and taught me and held my hand through everything to help me build my business. I then met Kiara. Well, actually, I already knew Chi anyway. But, finally said, right, Chi, let's go play. Let's go make some ripples in this water and change some lives. So I told Kiara what I know. And she then reached out to one of her best friends from school, Rachel. And she then showed Rachel what to do. And then Rachel reached out to her her mother-in-law, and is it a mother-in-law? I think it's a mother-in-law, Lena, and taught Lena what to do. So before this business, I actually only knew Kiara. I didn't know Susan, I didn't know the girls underneath, but I tell you what, these women are now such close friends. It's so amazing to watch these beauties shine. And I've got a few on tonight, and I would really love, before I kind of continue, if Kiara, you can take yourself off mute and just share a bit about your business story and why you got involved and what's in it for your future.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name's Kiara. I'm the third circle on that little diagram there. So I'm an actress and a writer living in Sydney, in Australia. And I first heard about Juice Plus from Candy. Obviously, I was pretty cynical to begin with. I'd gone through quite a lot of challenges with my own personal health. So when she told me about the product, I'd tried a lot of different things. And to be honest, I didn't think it was going to do anything for me. And I thought that she'd been caught up in some scam and that someone had brainwashed her. And I was pretty, resistant to the whole thing, to be honest. Which maybe some of you are feeling. I think it's really important to honor that, because we don't get taught that there are different ways to make money. We're taught in school that we have to go to university, we have to get a degree. And I decided not to do any of those things because I'm creative and I'm an artist and I love people and I love being me in the world. And I never wanted to assign to any labels or anything like that. So, but that being said, I am 31 years old and 32 this year. And I started thinking, well, you know, acting in this country can be a bit slow. So I sort of started thinking,
I've lost you.
Oh, there I am.
You are.
Sorry, it dropped out. Did I freeze? Did I freeze like this? Like in a really weird face.
Really pretty.
Oh, that's funny. That always happens to me. I'm always like, like does some freeze. Anyway, my friend tells me I have a plasticine face because I can move it really good. So yeah, I'm 31 and I started thinking, you know, well, Candy looks like she's, you know, I had really good results with the product. It took a while, but Candy looked like she was kind of still moving with this thing. And I was like, oh, well, you know, the product's not a scam. So, you know, that's 50% covered. And well, maybe like, and she kept saying, you know, she was helping all these people. And I've, you know, been really passionate about helping other people since I went through hell with my own health. And I'd been, you know, writing in my own blog about being authentic and spirituality and self-awareness and all of that sort of stuff for a while. And my passion was to help people. And so Candy was helping people and I kind of got a bit jealous, I think. So I sort of thought, well, I can probably do better than that. So, because I'm a competitive little bitch sometimes. And anyway, so I said, well, okay, I'll start. And look, to be honest, it hasn't been a fast, you know, it's this business is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And I was going through some pretty horrendous things in my personal life when I signed up into this business, you know, but I did it for me and I also did it for the people who I knew that I was going to be able to help, because I had all of this knowledge with wellness and health and all of this sort of stuff, but I didn't really have a vehicle that was going to be able to help me to contribute that knowledge to anyone without, you know, writing to my little blog with like, you know, my mom and maybe 5 other people that were reading it, you know, which is great, you know, but I'm passionate about making an impact. You know, I'm one of those wildly passionate people who really believes that I have something to say and that I am going to make a difference in this world. And I already am. And this business has given me the opportunity to do that. And now, more importantly, is I get to help other people do the same. So, you know, my team member, Rachel, who was mentioned earlier, 6 months ago, she couldn't drive her car because she was having panic attacks. And now she's standing in front of 50 people telling her story about Juice Plus. And the emotional revenue that comes from that is way beyond what I could ever earn in the monetary sense. However, that being said, I have now quit my part-time job and I am able now to work from home, doing my writing and waiting for the big break to come up. Just cross your fingers, guys, because seriously, I really want to be an actor. But in the meantime, I get to fulfill myself and help a lot of people and do amazing things. So I'm so excited that I said yes, and so grateful to Candy for mentioning it to me. So yeah, that's me.
It's thank you, honey. I love listening to you because yeah, you were my stubborn mule, you know. And this business is it's not about you. It's not about you as the franchisee. It's actually just sharing. You talk to people, like we're natural networkers, right? Especially we women, we can talk. But we, you know, if you find a nice restaurant or you go and see a good movie, you share that with the people that you care about. Well, that's what Juice Plus is to me and to all the franchisees. We're a product of our product. We're putting it in our bodies. We're putting it in our kids, and we're seeing these results. Because how often do you ask someone, how do you feel today? Or how are you today? I'm tired. I'm sick. You know, there's so many people out there struggling. And, Kiara is the perfect example of, I've known what her goal is in life for such a long time, and she really wants to change this world. And she was like, I'm going to be an actress because I can then, expand out across the world to make an impact in people's lives. And I only said it to her a few weeks ago. I was like, hon, do you realize that this is your vehicle? You're already doing it. This is your vehicle to make that impact on such a bigger way. And, and I watch these, you throw a rock and you watch these ripples, and now I see what's happening in their Team Fierce, and it's just, it blows my mind because someone had the balls to say yes. That's all it come down to. Someone had the balls to say yes to having a look at it, and someone also had the balls to actually have that conversation, those 30 seconds of courage. Kiara, I did not want to mention to at all because I was so scared, because she was my best friend, that she would judge me, not like me, think, I was in a little scam. But I saw her struggling, and my heartbreak over watching her struggle so much far outweighed my fear. And I'm so, so grateful that I had the kahunas that day to even just go, you know what, just try it. Just try. I don't know what, but just try it. Whilst we're on the phone, I would really want to share, Donna, if you feel confident. Donna just blows my mind. She's a single mama of 3, and her story just, breaks my heart at the same time as makes it so joyous. But she had a really big moment over the weekend that maybe some of you can resonate with. So, Donna, if you can share away.
Hi, everyone. I'm Donna. I'm 42, and I'm a single mum of 3. I've got 3 daughters who are 9, 12 and 14 at last count. So I've known Candy for many years when she was my trainer up here in Hervey Bay, and kept in touch, and always liked to keep in touch with Candy because I used to say, I need a dose of Candy. She was just always just that sort of person that was just always just great for you. You just be around her and she was just always picked you up. And that was before Juice Plus, and now it's even better. But poor thing had to be very patient with me because she'd been telling me about Juice Plus for a long time, but I wasn't in the right state of mind or whatever at that point when I just was newly separated. So I saw all her salad and jar parties on Facebook and said to her one day, next time you're up, can you do that at my house? Because I've got 3 daughters who are very, I guess, I want to set a good example to them. And, health and nutrition is important to me, and I've been on a bit of a health journey for a while. So when she came up, we had some people, my mum wanted to sign up, so I wanted to get the products, and I got the products. And Candy said to me, why don't you sign up and be a franchisee, because it's only $137.50. You'll get some money back on your products. And I thought, well, if I can subsidise some of the money it costs me for my products, I'm happy as. And for a long time I didn't do it because I thought I didn't have enough money. But after a while I just kind of prioritised it because I thought I can't get this much nutrition into my children and myself any other way, consistently every single day. So I've now made it a priority. I spend about $30 a week out of my grocery budget, and that's what we eat. Whatever else we eat doesn't, come second. Juice Plus comes first. But what Kenny was talking about is on the weekend I was having a little bit of a sook because the girls were at their dad's, and I was doing up the budget for the week and looking at all the bills coming in and trying to do my bloody tax on MyGov, and it shut down, and I was thinking I need that money. And it was just, they talk about the why that makes you cry, and I hadn't really figured that out yet, but I was sitting there crying because I thought, oh my freaking God, what's going to change? I don't know what's going to change for me. I'm working as a teacher aide, I have a good job and great for the kids, but I still don't have enough money each week for the bills, and this Juice Plus is something, I never got into it for the business, I just got into it for the health benefits, and I guess I still was looking going, could it possibly really work for me? And then I see Candy, and I know that it's, she's doing it, and I see Susie, and I see all you guys on the calls each week, and you're real people, and you really I love the calls because it's like my adult time, and I get to connect with real grown-up people and hear some positive input. So last month I had I had 3 new customers, which was fantastic. And so that the check that I got this month, you know, was great. It just gave me that little bit of breathing space, because I'm so sick of being anxious about how am I going to pay the bills. You know, it's all very well to have all the freedom to make your own choices and stuff, but I have my own house, and you know, it all falls on me. So I've got to do something, and I just don't see that there being any drawbacks to it. It's a brilliant environment. The community is fantastic. I love all the people. You get so much support and positivity, and my kids are healthy. They're changing their habits all the time, and they're getting really good. I know that their palates have changed, their attitudes have changed. They can't wait to jump on and see who's looking at them on the video call each week. Yeah, and it's just the only way that I can see going forward that could make a difference. And why wouldn't I want to be in this? Because you know, if you're gonna do something, and it just seems like a really great place to start. And yeah, so what else was I going to tell you? It's just so easy to share too lately. I've just found that it just rolls off the tongue. It's just, and I'm talking about it to everybody. I had my first salad in a jar party. Candy, you know, modelled a few of those for me. So now I had about 18 people over for a salad in a jar party the other night, and I really loved it, and loved having all my colleagues and friends around, and a variety of different people. And it was just really nice to share something positive and a few different ideas with people. So yeah, so watch this space, see what happens. I just think if you're considering it as a way to make some extra income, have a look into it, because you know, what have you got to lose? What if it works? And if it's going to be, it's up to me. So no one else is going to step in and you know, give me a big paycheck. So let's just do it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Donna. I know that was tough. I kind of threw you on the spot there. But, you know, you touch on such an important, and I kind of want to leave you guys with this, of when was the last time that you got paid a bonus for just doing, you know, working your ass off? When was the last time you really got thanked for, you know, for the job that you do well, for being so reliable, for not taking those sick days, you know, for giving up all that time with your family and your kids? You know, when was the last time you got a pay rise? Because life keeps getting more and more expensive, but it seems like we're always just behind the 8 ball on how much we're getting paid. And for me, why I do what I do, other than this amazing community, other than, you know, being able to help people change their lives for health and on the income side, and get to say yes to more, you know, to say yes to mum care over daycare, or yes to a family holiday every year over maybe having to save up for 5 years to go somewhere, is we are, and as Kiara touched base on it, we're told to build a career. We're not told to build a life. We're not shown how to build a life. You know, on the end of that, you know, when it comes to our last final days, what are we going to wish we did more of? You know, don't you want to have more fun? You know, don't you be surrounded by like-minded, positive people who have your back every step of the way? You know, that you feel supported, that you feel like you're contributing something bigger than you. And that's what I know I have in my hands. I have absolute gold, because my big dream isn't just to, you know, retiring. I don't think I could retire because I would be bored shitless. But to be able to be a mama and freely do whatever I want, to be able to allow my husband, or for my husband to have the opportunity to be at home and be a father. But the reason that I really sit here tonight, other than knowing why my girls and my team do what they do, and to have their backs 100%, is the fact that I don't want to see my parents struggle anymore. You know, my parents are separated. They lost everything from traditional businesses. They got screwed over by business partners, and they're in there, you know, they're nearly 60. My dad is such an unwell man who struggles, you know, he's doing manual work and he's in pain all the time. And I know that this vehicle and this company, this, you know, what I have, I can actually one day, it's not tomorrow, it's not next year. It depends on how hard I go to work on helping other people get what they want. But I know that one day I'm going to be able to pick that phone up and go, Dad, you know what? Just quit. Don't go to work today. You know, Mum, don't go on a holiday instead. I know that this is my vehicle. 100% know it. And I've never, ever, ever dreamt that that would be possible. And I never thought that would be possible, but I see this happening all the time with other people in this company all over the world. And, you know, I think that's probably what has made me realize what we do is so important is we get to dream again. We get to be those kids that want to be the, you know, rocket scientists, fly to the moon. We get to think bigger because we kind of lose that somewhere in our adult lives or even our teenage lives. But we get to dream about that stuff again. So, and it is possible. We're seeing it all the time. So just ask yourself, what if? What if this could help you, whatever that might be, whether it's health, whether it's, you know, financial. What about someone who you know, who could do with better health, who's always struggling financially? I know there's so many people in my life that, you know, always reaching out to, and they might not be ready yet, and that's okay because I'll never, ever shut that door. But yeah, think about that. Think bigger. What's your plan B? Get excited. Whether it's Juice Plus or not, it doesn't matter, but really set yourselves up, guys. You can have more than what you have today, but we've got to change what we're doing right now to get it. All right, step out of that comfort zone. So, you know, if this makes sense, have a chat with the person that invited you onto the call tonight. If it doesn't, that's fine. Like, thank you so much for sharing your time. If there's someone that you can think of, share it or connect, you know, them with the person who invited you. But this is real. This is 100% real. And I love the community. I love the people we're gathering together to work as a united front to really make some big changes in our communities and further around the world. So thank you so much for jumping on tonight, guys. I'm going to just stop record